Hey Lonnie, it's good to have you back here on the show. Always a pleasure to see you. We're talking about something a little unusual today. Is that
Oh,
safe to say?
it's very safe to say. This show, Mr. Burns, a post-electric play, being produced currently by 12 Fears Theater. I read the director's notes by Vince Ventura, and he said that this play defies explanation.
Explanation? Well, yeah.
And I have to agree with him.
So then how are you
It
going to
does.
explain it?
I'm going to give it my best.
Well, I am looking forward to hearing this.
Yes, okay. Just as a kind of a description, I will say it's a bizarre, clever, dark comedy.
Okay.
It is really weird. However, weird in a good way. Do you know what I mean? It's not a bad weird. It's just so surprising and so different. It takes place in a post-electric, basically post-apocalyptic
Okay, so
time.
no electricity. The
Right.
apocalypse has happened and there is no electricity.
Meltdowns in all the nuclear plants.
Okay.
No more electricity.
All right.
And lots of radioactivity. So it kind of addresses how people have this instinct that they want to tell stories, whether it's their story or other stories. And this group of characters that we meet just happens to be telling the story of a Bart Simpson episode called Cape Fear, based on the movie Cape Fear.
There are
So-
many layers to
Yes,
this.
there really are.
Okay.
And
So do you have to know The Simpsons in order to get this?
no,
Or-
you don't, because
okay.
I never really watched The Simpsons. However,
Well, yeah, I was going to
know
say, and
about-
here we send you to this.
Yeah.
So you're like, what the?
But I know about Cape Fear, and
Okay.
because I saw
So you
that
had one
movie.
out of three, or 2 out of 3. Ain't
And
bad.
obviously, the Simpsons episode referred back to Cape Fear. And since I knew Cape Fear, all the little connections to it and the one scene, the scenery was just took me back, because I remember Cape Fear as one of the movies that frightened me most in my entire life, and it all came back to me. It really was scary, but
Yeah.
basically these people tell their stories through theater, and there's 3 acts, and each act is, as time passes by, and the last act shows how theater has evolved from after the apocalypse till the end. And one of the biggest surprises and most pleasant surprises to me with this was the music. The singing and the voices. Now the music, the lyrics were all written by Anne Washburn, the playwright. And they were kind of remakes of Britney Spears, and oh my gosh, Matt Henderson as Britney Spears, pretty funny. But some of them were like Gregorian chants, some of them were like chorales. It was just
Everything
over the top crazy.
and the kitchen sink.
Yeah, the theater in the future after the apocalypse. It was really,
That has to be
fun.
seen to be believed.
yes, exactly.
And described.
And
I
the
guess.
costumes were pretty amazing, especially because they included a lot of masks. And Madison Hack did those, and I can't even imagine what that was like doing the masks. They were amazing. Some of the standout actors, for me, Everett Lowe. I don't know, there's something about him when he comes on this stage. He is able to convey so many nuances in his character. When he came out at first, I was really frightened by him, and then it turned out he was okay. But just the way he moves and uses his face, he's pretty cool. And another really standout was Joe York. I've never seen him before, but he brought such an energy and vibrancy to Act One that I really enjoyed watching him. And Sarah Fisher was Bart Simpson. Hilarious. She was so much more likable than Bart ever was. And of course, Matt Henderson plays, guess who?
I guess
Mr.
Mr. Burns. That's
Burns.
really, yeah.
And what he's able to do and convey with his body and his voice, even having a mask on, the evil that he can portray and the venom, he really, really did a good job in this role. This is a show that I think anybody could enjoy, everybody could enjoy, as long as you go in with a completely open mind. Don't go in expecting to see
an episode of The
Sound
Simpsons
Music or an episode of
The Sound of
Simpsons.
Music. Boy, those were two completely diverse examples,
Yeah, I mean,
but
just-
the point remains: don't
just-
go in expecting anything from The Simpsons to The Sound of Music.
Just be open-minded to the whole experience. It's actually an experience to see this more than just sitting back.
Let the
you know, and-
radiation wash over. you.
Exactly.
All right. And that is Mr. Burns, a post-electric play by Anne Washburn through August 20th, presented by 12 Piers Theater.
In the Pittsburgh Cathedral Learning Laboratory
Down
Theater.
underground, like you're in a bunker. They are so brilliant.
Exactly. It worked perfectly.